Hello, everyone. We're broadcasting from Sleepy Eye Brewing Company, downtown Sleepy Eye. We want to thank them for their hospitality. Earlier, back in May, we did the Hot Stove Show from Sleepy Eye Brewing Company. Had a chance to catch up with the Tomahawk East president, Myron Seidel, with us right now. And Myron, thank you. And okay, how many years at the helm?
I think 31, Brian. I got elected in Cortland. We had our meeting down there, and I think it was 1990 or 91.
Long time for you.
You know, it's been a good run, and you know, we made some changes in the league and so on. Marv Feemeyer was president before, so I was kind of new blood and so on, and thought a little differently and so on. But it's worked out great, you know, and I enjoy it. I enjoy promoting baseball. That's really what it's all about. And the small town baseball, you know, we got this league is so great with your little towns of Hanska and Searles and Stark and Essig and, you know, Cortlands, and it's just outstanding.
All right, we're going to just pick your brain a little bit. Let's go back, see how good that memory is. Over the years, and you're a ball player yourself, highlights, your home park, of course, Stark Ballpark. How about some highlights for you over the years?
Well, actually, you know, I would have loved to start playing ball a lot sooner, but, you know, being on the farm, we didn't get a chance, and I first started playing ball when I was 12 years old. I played junior Bi-County. Victor Hauget was a manager, and then I moved on to Bi-County and Tomahawk and so on. And so I think, you know, one of the biggest highlights was 1977, the first year we went, you know, I was on Stark. We went to the state tournament, which was up in Wadena. We beat Gibbon in the finals, the region finals, 2-1. And, you know, they had a guy like Duke O'Brien. He was a draftee and so on, and Gibbon had a good team. And then, of course, we went up to Wadena and we lost to Deer Creek 2-1, which was disappointing because we thought we were a better team, but we got rained out the night before and we didn't get to bed on time.
Okay. I can understand that. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
I guess.
And, you know, what is it about baseball in this area? What, I mean, is it something in the waters? We seem to have some good teams every year.
You know, Brian, I think part of it is a small town. You know, you know, how is Searles or Essig or Hanska or Stark and, you know, Sleepy Eye, Springfield, Leavenworth, or, you know, everybody takes their turn at being good. And, you know, that's the fun about it, and so on. And the teams take a lot of pride in their ball players. We got good boards behind us, good organizations. And, you know, we support the ball players, and we take a lot of pride in our ballparks. And you take a look around the Tomahawk East League, and we've got some outstanding ballparks. And, you know, it's small town baseball, hamburgers and beer and things like that, you know.
That's kind of my next question when it comes to food. Okay, what's some of the special food at the ballparks that you enjoy? I mean, you had a chance to indulge in some of the items at the different ballparks?
Well, for me, it starts with beer, and then we go from there. But, you know, hamburgers, I guess, and actually, you know, kraut dogs. You know, I love kraut dogs, and you know, you go to St. James when they were going yet. They had pork chop on a stick, and every ballpark, you go to New Ulm, and, you know, they're probably one of the few parks that ever served popcorn. And that was kind of a, you know, a different treat and so on. And then all the ballparks would kind of throw a special afterwards, you know, like, well, you get a case of beer for $12 or something, you know, and they all had their specialties, you know. And if you've been to Springfield in the last number 8, 9, 10 years, even of recent, you know, they do the cheese curds and baskets and things like that and so on. And yeah, it's just different sauerkrauts all over and so on. It's great.
Good stuff, good stuff. Great baseball, great food. Okay, before we go, I heard what? You were labeled Wheels? Was that your nickname at one point, Wheels?
It was. Yeah, I was kind of, I could run, you know, back 10 years ago, and crazy as it sounds, I even had a green light, you know, so when I'd get on first after a few years, manager told me, he said, well, you're smart enough, you should know when to go. And I did, you know, and from second to home, I was pretty quick. And I wasn't quick, I was fast.
Okay.
So there's a difference, you know. Going down to first, I wasn't so quick, but yeah, I enjoyed running, and you know, Brian, I played a lot of baseball over the years, but I wanted everybody to be good and better. And back then, between Daryl Helgett and myself, when I played for Stark, we threw all the batting practice, and I could throw it down the pipe, and I loved to see the guys hit and so on. And back then, we didn't have a net protecting us, so maybe that helped my reflexes for when I played at third. Yeah, it was just all great, and all good memories of baseball. I just love promoting the sport, especially at the amateur level, because how many, back when I was playing, there weren't many ball players that came back from college. And if they did play college ball, they didn't come back. But, we would practice a couple times a week. So when we had practice, it was serious stuff. We'd practice for 3 hours.
Wow.
And, and we didn't have the greatest lights years ago. And we'd practice, and then we'd have a few refreshments afterwards.
Well, after a hard workout, you should.
Well, definitely. No, we took it all serious. There was no music going on and no headsets and so on. It was like every fly ball, you had 3-4 people converging, and the harder they could hit infield practice, the better you liked it. So it's all great.
Is this the best time of the year for you, summer baseball around the area?
Well, it is. Especially now, I'll be able to enjoy more games. I try to get to every game, every ballpark, every year as president of the league, and I've done that pretty much. It's just fun, going up to, places like, Lamberton and Springfield, and getting over to Gibbon and, Essig and Searles, and, every park has its unique thing about it. Hanska, it's just so much fun.
Myron Seidel, president, Tomahawk East. Looking back over the years, and still president after all these years. I'm Brian Filson with KNUJ.
Thanks, Brian. So I do have one story.
Well, one quick story. Got time yet? Let's do one story.
I got one story. So Wheeler and Filson come out to start for, we didn't have the game of the week back then, but we had games here and there. So they came out to start, and afterwards we fed them with hamburgers and kraut dogs and so on. And they parked the van across County Road 24 over on the other side of the road. And we parted ways about 2:30 in the morning, and I swear it took Tommy and Filson a half an hour to cross County Road 24, at least. And then the next morning at 6 o'clock, 6:30, Tommy's on the radio. So that was fun.
We're professionals.
Yeah, you're
professionals. Well, you got to look both ways before you cross the road.
Yeah, and then some.
Myron Seidel, our guest.